Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. Well, last time, we started into a vicious fight against some bloody nasty harpies. And you know what? I'm actually kinda glad we did, because, yeah, I feel like I learnt a lot from that fight, in terms of, approaching combat tactically, figuring out what your opponent's doing, and putting together the right combination of companions and abilities to counteract that. So, yes, after a couple of failed attempts, we absolutely slaughtered them once I figured out some of the tricks. So, yeah, this has been a good learning experience for me. And today, right, let's get back to the Druid Grove, because yes, it's finally time to try and investigate this whole ritual thing. We need to stop that before it screws over my good friends the Tieflings. Cause yeah, that's what you guys are doing right now, isn't it? You're praying to this here idol of Sylvanus to shut down the grove, and, okay, just out of interest, if I, try and speak to you right now...
Agene culamor in umbra tua pate arborum.
Okay, so, like many fantasy universes, yeah, this game's basically just decided Latin is a magic language. So, yes, basically she's encouraging the Tree Father to shroud them in shadow. Still, if I can't speak to these guys, because they're doing their ritual, I can speak to some nearby animals. In particular, yes, this bear over here, Tuffet. We need to have a chat with you, so you wake up and get off this elevator, so I can get back down here nice and easy later.
I'm sleeping.
And that's fine, but could you maybe sleep somewhere else and, you know what? Tossing a fish somewhere nearby. That seems like a good idea. I've probably still got some fish from, down on the beach or whatnot.
Huh? What's that?
Okay, and all of a sudden, we've now got ourselves a functional elevator. Marvellous. You just go to sleep right here. Well, that was bloody delightful. Right, has anyone around here, in terms of, say, you birds, got something to say about this ritual?
Shh, I'm concentrating. Does this look good? Is the coin in the middle?
Okay. You'd be gathering shiny things to make an impressive nest, presumably to, attract a mate. But as a result of that, there's, gold and keys and whatnot, so, you know what? That's true. As a bard, I could encourage this bird to have, a fancier song, because, yes, I could, intimidate or deceive the bird, but that seems unfair. Teaching it to sing better, that does seem like a good approach. And also, not mean to the birds.
He lets out a tentative chirp. Gaining confidence, he starts a song, abandoning his nest-building efforts.
Also, fascinatingly, yeah, Astarion just approved of me, doing a Disney princess duet with a bird there. Not really what I would have expected from you there, Astarion, but maybe he's got, a soft spot for animals or something. And yes, as a result, these items are no longer marked as, stealing, which I assume they were before. So, right, I've now got a key, and some wheat, and some gold. Beautiful. Unfortunately, yeah, no indication on the key what it might actually be for. It's just a polished key found in the nest, so, right. Maybe something shiny. If there's a shiny chest nearby, this might be the key for that. Yes, there was one more thing floating around here. Looks like there might be a small beach down in this direction. I shouldn't be going down here, by the way, because... oh, there's another bear. Yeah, last time I went down to a beach, there was an incredibly vicious fight, but... maybe this one is going to be, super chill and safe and whatnot.
He didn't come back, did he? His smell is gone. He's gone.
Right. You're talking about Halsin, aren't you? Several animals round here are sad he's no longer present.
Master, he left with the weaponed two legs. He said he'd be back. But I can smell them, the weaponed ones, and I cannot smell him. He's not coming back.
Oh, this bear sounds so sad. Okay, I'm gonna get Halsin back, and then we'll come and check in with you. It's gonna be fine. Okay, that's not crossable water in terms of, yeah, walking. But the right combination of jumping skills that might get me across here. Beautiful. And hello, sexy. There's a wooden chest right here, so that's a lot of gold. Together with, yeah, mephit wings, woodbark, hill giant finger. Presumably, yeah, this is like an alchemist chest or something. Well, you know what? It's not marked as stealing. I'll be having all of that. But yeah, there appears to be another beach around the corner over here. So, okay. Hang on. Just to power up my jump here. See if maybe, just maybe, I can get to... No, I think even with my ability, I can't jump far enough. Though, potentially, laser courts. No, the game's just saying there's not enough space, which I assume means, yeah, this isn't like real-world space I could jump to. This is just like a decorative beach or whatnot, because, yeah, she just can't get up onto the rocks or anything around here. So, yeah, I think it was just this chest down here. That's fine. Though, hilariously, yes, you can just do this jump. Okay, high-strength characters, when they've had their jump boosted, that is just wonderful and I love it. And right, I suspect I'm not the only person around here who's speaking to animals, because you just said bring us news. Possibly you're talking to, like, the dragonflies around here or something. So, okay, druids using various birds or bugs or whatnot to gather information. That seems reasonable, yes. And okay, it was a bird you were speaking to. That's fine, I speak to birds as well.
The bird knows. She needs to know. You do not.
And okay, as a tiefling, yes, I'm not with the other tieflings, but I feel like, yeah, these people just don't like the tieflings. Bringing that up full stop, bad idea, though. Okay, just out of interest, yeah. Do the other druids know you're doing this? Because it kind of seemed like you were trying to keep that quiet for some reason. So okay, do a nice intimidation check. That is nice and easy to do because, as always, I get my advantage. Beautiful. And also guidance from Lae'zel or Shadowheart, which I do appreciate, like, having the choice. Because I assume Shadowheart just stands right behind you and just tries to tell you how to do things in a slightly condescending way. Whereas Lae'zel just, you know, stands nearby and makes angry, aggressive chuck noises at you until you do it better out of shame. So just toss all of those together. And beautiful. Thanks to all the bonuses. In fact, we didn't even need the bonuses. We are fine.
We may talk, but I do not trust my brethren. More follow Kagha every day. They are afraid, and she offers a simple solution. Eject the refugees, and we will be safe.
Right. So it's not just, yeah, the Tiefling Society that's got a bit of a fracture in it. You guys aren't all in line either. We heard previously that, yeah, Halsin was actually perfectly happy with the refugees, so get him back, restore him to his correct position as a leader, and yeah, the situation might just resolve itself. And just out of interest, yeah, tell me what your position is. Like, are you a Halsin loyalist or something?
Only Master Halsin can stop this. I pray my bird returns with news of him. If not, I fear for everyone here.
And there we go. 100% she's a Halsin loyalist, and she's sending birds out to have a look-see round for him. Though by the sounds of it, without much luck so far. Best I can tell though, yeah, that seems to be everyone and everything outside in the Emerald Grove, meaning... Okay, we've got to speak to this Kagha, and also find the healer Nettie, who was like, yeah, a trainee of a Halsin, I think someone said. So potentially she might have something to say about the tadpoles. So, right, we now need to go inside the, like, underground bit or whatnot. And there we go, inside the, you know, lovely catacombs or whatnot. Though, oh dear.
She stole the idol of Sylvanas. She must pay the price.
Stole the idol. Okay, I suspect I know who you are. Because that kid down in the cave, she said, hey, go steal the druid's idol. We heard previously there was a tiefling child that had been arrested. I'm guessing that was the crime that got her arrested. you came in on What's-Her-Face's orders and tried to steal the idol. But then you got caught because, you know, it's surrounded by druids. Okay, let's go down and see if we can, you know, resolve this nice and peacefully.
Please. I'm sorry.
This is madness, Kagha. She's just a...
A what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil, and I will cast out the rest.
Okay, so, right, she's now referring to children as poison and devils and whatnot. Kagha may have slightly lost it a bit, but... Okay, let's start with the basics here. What's this child's actual crime?
Girl? You mean parasite? She eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Come, Kagha. We took back the idol. Surely...
Do it.
Okay, even her own underlings who are here inside the sanctuary with her are not happy about this, so... Okay, as a bard, luckily, yeah, I know a few bits and pieces about Sylvanas, more concerned with nobly sown seeds than punishing children. And yeah, I could use the single scroll of detect thoughts I've got to try and read her mind, but if she discovers that, she might be very annoyed. As a tiefling, though, okay. I feel like that wouldn't necessarily persuade her. That might make things harder. Tiefling nature. Don't druids cherish harmony? No, I'm going to go for the bard check. I feel like, you know, appealing to the teachings of Sylvanas, that's probably the better option. So, still 15, mind. That's, not nothing. I'm going to take my Tides of Chaos advantage here, because I'm just kind of slightly worried about this child being held prisoner by a very angry snake. So, yes, just toss in everything to try and make sure this works out nicely, and... Oh dear. That's not quite enough. Okay, I've still got one inspiration, which I'm going to use on this occasion, and yes, I do still get to keep the advantage. It doesn't get burnt until it actually, like, works. Or I, like, bank the roll, if you will. So, okay, let's try this again. Better this time. And 12 is a fine with all my bonuses. Good, 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 good. But I'm now out of, like, all my inspirations. Next time I fail a dice roll, it's permanent.
The words of the Tree Father, spoken plain. It is as you say. Sifisif, Tila, to me. Out, thief. My grace has its limits.
It hurts.
Thank you, Kagha. Master Halsin...
Halsin isn't here. Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
Oh no. I hate wolves.
I didn't realize you were frightened of wolves, Shadowheart.
Everyone's frightened of something. My fear's hardly irrational when you see the fangs on those things.
Okay, so a bit of Shadowheart update here, which is, one, she's scared of wolves, but on top of that, something weird just happened with her hand that presumably wasn't related to that, right?
I know that look. You're wondering why I was in pain before. Let's just clear the air about that now. It's just an old wound that hurts me from time to time. Nothing to be concerned about. It's nothing to do with the tadpoles, at least, in case your imagination is in danger of getting away from you. It's just something I have to live with.
By any chance, is it something to do with your tragic backstory dodecahedron? So... Okay. I can't ask after that, but bare minimum, yeah. You, like, okay for the minute?
Quite a lot, if I'm being honest. But it always passes quickly, so I can manage.
Okay. We know for a fact Shadowheart likes playing her cards close to her chest, so there's no point asking her further. She won't give us any answers. When she's ready, she'll come to us, it's fine. And okay, by the looks of it, yeah, we've got like a central altar in this area. and then a bunch of side rooms around it. So let's start with you, Wrath, because you were the chappie who seemed to be, yes, a bit of a Halsin loyalist and very not happy with what was just going on with that child and the snake.
You did well to speak up for the girl. That snake is fickle. A tragedy prevented.
So yes, if I was to overtly state that Kagha seems dangerous, how would you react to that?
Well seen. Well spotted. We've let a snake replace our leader.
Okay. It feels like potentially if it comes to it, and we need to actually turn on Kagha, potentially a fair number of druids could be persuaded to back us. Like, a lot of people seem unhappy with her, though presumably, yeah, the ones who do like her, they're the ones doing the ritual outside right now. Which, bare minimum, might mean that, yeah, in here, she doesn't have that many friends. But, yeah, tell me about Halsin.
Master Halsin. Perhaps goblin caught, perhaps dead. He'd set Mistress Kagha back in line. Hold her to task, stop this damned ritual. More will die if the rite is finished. So many more, sent into a world gone mad.
Why am I suddenly suspicious that, yes, it's very much in her interest that Halsin went missing, and now stays missing? Potentially, could you have, like, organised this, tipped someone off, etc., etc.? So yeah, if you can point me in the direction of Halsin, that'd be a good starting point.
Halsin is an elf with the presence of a bear. He left west with the adventurers. You won't mistake the first druid for anyone else.
And okay, the adventurers, they were after that artifact, weren't they? So here we go. Find the night song in the temple ruins. That's where they were going. So head west in that direction, and yeah, look for Halsin. Gotcha.
That mural, they look like dark justiciars.
And hang on, I was just moseying around inside. And yeah, Shadowheart just noted this here mural. Dark Justiciars. I'm not sure anyone's, like, mentioned them before.
In darkest hour, a concord made, twixt harp and wild against the shade. Harp and wild. A riddle to some, but you understand the meaning immediately. The druids turn to the harpers for help. Unusual for such a territorial group.
Okay, hang on. What's a harper? A harper's like dark justiciars. Presumably you'll be the druids over here in, like, green. So yeah, whoever these guys are, dressed in white dresses or darker blue robes. Right, something to look into maybe. Also, ooh, like large numbers of foxes or wolves or something down here. But yeah, this is telling, like, the story of the druids, presumably. So, right, go around the rest of the plaques and the rest of the murals as well.
The towers seized, the battle done. The moonrise broke the darkest one. History or myth, whatever is depicted here is long past.
Right, these are religion checks. Religion's something I'm not that good at, so Shadowheart, you must be good at religion, surely.
You see vanquished foes heaped at the druids' feet. The fallen bear Shah's sacred symbol on their armor and banners. The inscription speaks of moonrise. A reference to vile Saluna, no doubt. She and her druid allies bloodied Shah's forces. But Shah persists. She thrives.
Okay, I feel like we just got a bit of a, biased take on that mural there. 'Cause yes, Shadowheart's a cleric, and clerics pick a deity. Hers is Shah. So yeah, Saloon, the cult we've seen mentioned all over the shop. That might be like this grove, these druids might be something to do with the cult of Saloon, though no, they're worshipping Sylvanas, but there's clearly some sort of connection going on here. Oh, and despite everything, yeah, Shadowheart's not that good at dealing with religion, because, yeah, she's only got a +1 on account of the fact her intelligence isn't great. In fact, yeah, +1 is the best we've got across this entire flipping party when it comes to religion. Right, in which case, go back to Arya, so we can have, like, you know, a less biased take on this story. So, okay. check the rest of the plaques while we're passing by.
The forest rose with claw and tooth to tear the darkness from its roots. Beasts chasing beasts alongside a wild woman. A depiction of some local folktale, perhaps.
Right, this one needs an investigation. And I might have been a bit unlucky there, because investigation is something I'm actually pretty good at. Astarion, could you give that a go, please? Astarion, why are you still outside over on the island? Okay, sorry, I kind of didn't notice we'd left Astarion behind there. But apparently he, like, couldn't make the jump or something, so he just stayed outside here. I'm really sorry, I didn't notice you got separated from the party. Right, as I was saying... Nope, he failed too, and I'm guessing I'm not allowed to just try over and over again. Okay, everybody just give it a go. Someone's gonna get it sooner or later.
The mural depicts druid and beast fighting together to drive monsters from their land. It looks like they were victorious, and yet the monsters have returned.
So yes, presumably a conflict that led to the establishment of this camp long ago. And the monsters would be, I'm guessing, the goblins. One more right here as well.
By claw and tooth from root to thorn, the old oak's grove to wildlings sworn. The mural depicts a ritual, but you do not recognize the deity involved.
Okay, presumably Sylvanas or Saloon. So, okay, everyone else, give it a go. One of us is going to get it.
The mural shows druids claiming the grove in the name of the old oak, Sylvanas, god of nature.
And there we go. Sylvanas, as we should have expected. So, we've now read all of those. Yeah, by the sounds of it, there's been a lot of flipping conflict in the history of this here settlement. And some of it's involved the Harpers, or possibly Dark Justiciars, so... right, that might be something to dig into a little bit. Still, back to my favourite bit of this game here, which is speaking to random animals.
The rat doesn't respond. It simply bares its teeth.
Okay, the rats aren't talking on this occasion. Possibly they work for Kagha, given they are hanging around very nearby to her. Ah, but here we go. In the side chamber... Nettie. Now, you are like, yeah, Halsin's assistant, I think someone said. I'm seeing a lot of, you know, science stuff floating around here, so that's possibly a good start for you being like, you know, a medical expert who might be able to assist us with this whole tadpole situation.
I see you. Just give me a moment.
And okay, just wait politely, we might need to ask you a favour in a second.
This medicatrix. There. It's up to her now. Life or death. Now, what was it you needed?
Yes, indeed. I'm looking for you, though. Okay, we know who you are. Yes, healing. Apparently, you've got some healing chops on ya, so you might know something about this whole tadpole situation.
I do what I can. For most folks, that's enough. Come here. Let's have a look at you. You seem healthy enough. A bit tired around the eyes, maybe.
And yes, let's just tell her, because we're not going to get help if we're not honest with the doctors around here. I've got a tadpole in my head. Can you help with that? Or at least, a bare minimum, do you know anything about it, and can you point me in the right direction?
I'll do what I can. Come, follow me. I might be able to help.
Okay, that's sounding a lot more positive than anything else that we've heard so far. So okay, just after you. And right, you've got a secret room in here. That's rather exciting. So okay, let's see what you've got for me in here.
This one had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after.
Right, that might be why you keep the library locked. Apparently you keep corpses in here. So yeah, he's dead. Tadpole crawled out of the head, so he didn't like to turn into anything. Not a mind flayer, not one of those brains with legs. So, yeah. Death is one solution, potentially. I was hoping for, like, a way I didn't die if at all possible.
I'll do the best I can. I'm no Master Halsin, mind. He'd have your tadpole out like that. Still, we have options. You don't have to be here for this.
No, I'll stay. I'd rather know exactly what you're up to.
All right. Let's see what we can do.
Hang on. Hang on. Did you just get a pointy stick? So... Okay, I'd like to hear the plan before you start stabbing.
She shifts uneasily, hesitating. Something's off.
It might. But first things first. Tell me about your symptoms. Have you noticed anything strange happening?
Okay, hang on. That drow, did he come to you for help? Or did you just kill him to stop him transforming? I'm suddenly concerned I might be in a spot of, danger here. I may have been a bit too honest. And if she attacks me, and I defend myself, the rest of the grove could OD her. I may have made a mistake here, so... Okay, yes, you know what? I feel like we're in too deep to back out and say, actually, maybe it was just like a frog that crawled in my eye. Probably nothing to worry about, I'll be on my way. I'm gonna be honest to see where this goes.
Victims can identify each other. Not that the others know they're victims, of course. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening.
Yes, I was kind of kidnapped to buy a mind flayer ship.
A mind flayer ship? But Master Halsin was sure. Look, you've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here, we're all dead. But you seem like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms.
I'm really glad the situation is suddenly de-escalating a bit, because, yes, I was a tiny bit concerned there, that's in the background. I feel like she just locked us in the secret library, like that door definitely just shut, so, yes, just out of interest, was that branch just to kill me?
The thorn? Coated in a fatal toxin. It was a last resort, in case I couldn't trust you. I don't have a cure. Only a way out. I'm sorry for misleading you, but I had to be sure you weren't a threat before I told you everything. Now, do I have your word or not?
Okay, I'm willing to lie here, because that gets me a really powerful poison that I could maybe use for, like, another purpose down the line. So yeah, hand it over.
Swear it.
Oh, okay, she's serious about this. I've got to formally say, I swear. So, I 100% do, and I'm definitely not, like, crossing my tail behind my back or something.
I hope it doesn't come to that, but thank you. Here. You know, I've spent my life treating folk, and never once saw a mind flayer infection. Then suddenly, there's dozens of you. Maybe more. Master Halsin and I were tracking them, studying them, trying to figure out what the hells was going on. Because you should all be changing. There should be a small army of mind flayers out there. But you're not. Weird powers aside, you seem perfectly normal.
Okay. So yeah, I think someone did say, possibly Lae'zel right at the start, this process should be fairly fast. We've taken a couple of long rests so far, and yet to date, yeah, nothing. We're pretty much normal.
Mind flayers reproduce by infecting someone with their parasite. 7 gruesome days later, the victim transforms and a new mind flayer is born. The thing in your skull, though, it's different to anything in our records. It's one of their worms for sure. But this one gives you powers. Telepathic connections. And it doesn't turn you into one of them. Not yet, anyhow.
Okay. So that's kinda good news, potentially.
Could be. But there's a lot we don't know. Infected, folks like you, have been converging on an old temple of Selûne. And I've no idea why. When Master Halsin heard the adventurers were heading that way, he saw a chance to get answers. Joined on the spot. Whatever he found there, he didn't make it back.
Now that sounds like a good lead. Spot on. So okay, turns out it was the right thing to do, to be extremely honest with you, Nettie. Thank you for your assistance.
The thing is, I've sent birds to find him, but the place is rotten with goblins. None of us can even get close. You, though, you're one of them. Technically speaking, I mean. They won't kill someone carrying their parasite. If you can find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned. And perhaps he can save your life. How's that sound?
Right, this is sounding, yes, like a more and more of a plan here. Head towards, that temple where the artifact was. That's where the goblin camp is. We'll be able to identify it, because, there'll be, like, inscriptions and or statues related to, say, Luna around there. Get in, find Halsin, sneak him out, and, then we'll be making some progress. Now, what makes you so sure that he could deal with this, if this is all very mysterious and a new kind of parasite and whatnot?
I can't make any promises. This is like nothing we've seen before. But I know this for sure. Master Halsin is the only one close to understanding these things. He's your best bet to survive. Otherwise, that vial's your only option.
You know what? That's good enough for me. Let's keep on keeping on. But okay, there might be a few more things we could take care of right here inside this secret library, and now we're inside, because, there's an empty socket right here, and you've naffed off, right? Yeah, you appear to be alone right here, so just make sure we're hidden. Investigate this. Combine items. Empty socket plus, something inside the socket leads to, something.
A tidy slot, but no rune.
Okay.
Don't waste a step.
But any chance of, like, these runes? Like, there's a lot of runey sort of things here, though. Okay. We've also got scrolls. Just take that while no one's around. Books, more scrolls. We've literally seen that one, so that's fine, because, Gale already knows about that. Then more books here. Just check for scrolls or runes. Soul coins, though. We keep seeing them dotted about. Hang on, I want to read that quickly. And just check the final thing here. No, just books. No actual, runes or whatnot. Oh, right! Soul coins are like soul gems in the Elder Scrolls. So, like, it's very literally a coin that's got a soul bound to it, used as currency by demons. Gotcha! So there's been mention of them as currency, and also potentially as a use in, like, a machine, and, hang about. Rune of Eagle, Rune of the Bear, Rune of the Elk. So, right, we're looking for, like, a rune of an animal. Dotted somewhere around here, though.
There's something in that vessel. Take a closer look.
And... oh! That wasn't me saying that, hang on! The Dream Visitor pointed at the Mind Flare parasite specimen. Who's the Dream Visitor? Okay, that's of interest. And you're highlighted in, like, orange, so just hide. Grab at that. And okay, we just stole that, actually. And check the notes here. So, sketches of the drow, presumably, she killed him by, like, stabbing him or whatnot. Parasite nestled in the brain, illithid undoubtedly, yet the host seemed unaware while alive. No visible sign of a ceremorphosis, so, once again, didn't actually, like, transform or anything. And a note here from a Halsin as well. My dear Nettie, I entrust you with the circlet to open the library. Wear it always. If you need to enter the vault, talk to Raph. He has the rune, but won't give it to anyone, so be sure you've got a good reason to ask. Protect my research while I'm gone, take care of the animals. And don't give fish to Tuffet, she's getting lazy, so... okay. Nettie's, like, wearing something, which is how she was opening that door. So if we need to open it again in future, we may need to get that off her. And Raph, meanwhile, has got, the rune to access the vaults. Okay, we've also got Halsin's journal right here. Potentially this might be, of note again. So while meditating in the forest, Nettie and I were ambushed by a pack of goblins, led by a drow. We had no choice but to defend ourselves, so... okay, is that the same drow on the table? Presumably so. And yeah, must be. That's not the extraordinary or rather disturbing part. On the drow's death, a parasitic creature emerged from the corpse and attempted to escape. Managed to capture it and have the host's cadaver here in my study. I've told no one of my fears. Nettie suspects, but knows better than to ask. So, right. He knew something, but he didn't actually write anything else here. He's got like a different journal on him, so if he ends up like dead, or we find him already dead, we need to find that journal on his person. And speaking of which, yes, we can actually get some information out of this corpse. Using a 1, this drow's letter, track the druid, find whatever burrow he runs to, report back to me. Remember, you're only a scout. Do not engage, do not kill. Simply observe and return. I shall decide what we do next. M. Right, you might be an agent from the goblin camp. It's not just goblins. They've also got like drow agents who have got things in their head working for them too. And yes, we've now got this weird mind flayer parasite thing in a jar. So suspended in murky slime, the living tadpole looks like some hideous cousin to the slug, only gorged and slick with the remnants of brain fluid. So, okay, that's delightful. And no, don't consume that. That feels like a very bad idea. Let's just, hold on to that for now. Maybe, like, examine it in a bit more detail. No. Nothing. Though, by the looks of it, yes, there might be, like, more than one in here. And more importantly, yes, using my magic drum, we can ask this guy some questions. We've only got so many questions, so let's skip to the important stuff here, which is... yeah, your tadpole. Where did it come from? Because I don't remember you from the Nautiloids.
The corpse remains silent. It doesn't understand the question.
Right, he didn't know he had a tadpole. So, yes, are you part of the Cult of the Absolute, the new religion of the goblins?
Moonrise Towers. Initiation.
Right, that'll be the Temple of Saloon. And yeah, presumably there's like more drow out there.
Minthara. Back at camp.
That'll be M from the letter. We've now got a name. And yes, by the sounds of it, you weren't like abducted. You just like joined up by choice.
No.
Yeah, never actually abducted by mind flayers and didn't know that was what was going on. So yeah, I'm going to ask you a fairly open-ended question to see if I can get a bit more in the way of details here.
Scouting. Found druids.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Yeah, corpses are always a bit on the brief side when it comes to their answers. They're never willing to tell you that much. Still, we've got one more scroll here, scroll of dark vision. So yeah, help myself to any scrolls we've got floating around, so that's fine. But okay, I think I've got a planner here, which is, there's more hidden away in this location. A vault, the note mentioned. We know how to get in there too. Find a rune, insert it here. And my good friend Raph outside, he's got the rune. But if we leave this library, it's possible it will seal shut behind me, so... I've got a plan. Most of us are going to stay right here. Astaria, meanwhile, you, sir, are going out to see if you can get hold of that. In fact, you know what? Aria's going to go too. We're going to have, yeah, 2 teams of 2 are here. You two stay in here, because I'm guessing, yeah, while someone's in here, the door won't seal shut behind us. Aria and Astaria, meanwhile, are going to go and chat up Raph a bit, because either we can, like, talk him into handing it over, or alternatively, Astarian might be able to steal it. Because Astarian has literally got a +8 to sleight of hand. Like, this is something he is an expert at. Oh, and on top of that, right, there's an entire part of this area I hadn't noticed before, so yeah, just a side area here that's, again, rather like a library or whatnot. So, have a bit of a look-see around here, including, ooh, various bits of information. And, no, that's not the room we need, dear oh flipping dear. There's the right of thorns that's, yes, occurring outside. On top of that, there's... Okay, hang on. Why do I need to investigate Kagha more now than I did a second ago? Ah, it's dangerous magic. Gotcha. So, yeah, we might want to speak to someone about that. It's possible some of the people doing this right don't know how dangerous it is. And accordingly, yeah, their tenants are right here. So, natural order must be preserved, no matter its form. Forces that would disrupt the natural order must be destroyed. And the Emerald Enclave must offer aid to the weary and injured. So, oh. Well, okay. Turfing out the Tiefling refugees feels like that is definitely opposed to tenant number 3. So, yeah. Let's keep that in mind. That might be very important going forward. That, yeah, we could throw that in Kagha's face, potentially. Okay, back to Wrath here. And yeah, step 1. We're going to try to do this the easy way.
I wish I could offer more assistance. For now, I must keep a close watch on Kagha. I hope to see both you and Halsin again soon.
And gosh darn it, I can't even access, yes, his conversation tree anymore. So, okay. Astarion, you now need to, like, you know,
Keep your distance.
go out on your own, though this is a very, very crowded room. But you're facing that way. There's a rats who may or may not be able to, like, see anything. And then, yeah, there's silver here.
Watch the shadow.
So I did see earlier, yeah. There's some roots here. So you can, like, get up high and potentially... Oh! I was just planning to, like, you know, scout out the area, but okay. Maybe you could, like, bypass some of these doors by jumping from thing to thing. Like, you know, if they try and lock down this area, I could just get up here to bypass this door, and then jump up here to bypass okay. That might be a good secondary way in, potentially. But for now, yeah, just get down.
So that's what you want?
The problem we've got here is, yeah, everybody is witnessing everything. And I'm good at hiding, absolutely. But is there, like, ever a moment this guy is not being a witness? Because I don't think there is. Well, actually, maybe if you naff off. You, I think, occasionally go to, like, the library. So, if the wolf was, like, you know, over there, facing the mural, and you naff off to the library, you're facing this direction. I don't know whether the rats are even, like, you know, looking or not. There might be a moment we could, like, you know, get behind this guy and do some pickpocketing. But it's going to depend on you naffing off back to the library. And I know I've seen you in there. Then again, does that, like, even matter? Like, if you pass your hiding check, are you still counted as invisible, even if you're, like, in the red? Like, you've not been detected, you're still hidden. So, oh, there we go. So he is naffing off back to the library. But it doesn't matter. There's still a lot of... oh, hang on. No, no, no. This was precisely the right thing to do. Spot on, though. Oh, no, he came back. He came back. No, the wolf came back. Okay, he's gone to the library. When the wolf naffs off somewhere, there's a moment we could do some pickpocketing. There we go. That's the moment right there. So, no, 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 no. Time has now slowed down. In fact, time is stopped. So no one can now, like, you know, move or anything. So now we go to you. And yeah, I'm very good at, like, pickpocketing. All we want is that thing right there. And presumably, yeah, I need to roll a standard d20. But I get +3 from dexterity, +4 from sleight of hand. My target is 5. That means literally anything but a 1. I get this right. So steal that. Beautiful. There we go. Job done. Now we just walk away before he realises. Just step away. That's absolutely fine. In fact, you know what? Stand up and go out of turn-based mode. And now just, like, move. And you can come along too. So there we go. Our first bit of thievery right there. Spot on. So, insert Rune of the Wolf into the slot right there and combine them to make, like, I don't know, presumably a pedestal that's got the thing in it. So, there we flipping go. So that's now been, like, completed. I'm gonna be honest, I was expecting, like, you know, some sort of big, dramatic, groaning noise as the vault opens. Why isn't the vault opened? Oh, sorry, I need to, like, turn them on officially. I did not realise that. So, okay. It's in, but we need to, like, you know, push the glowy buttons. So, get over to here. Get over to here as well. Final button. And that should be... I feel like it's going to be you, isn't it? And yeah, that's a stone slab. Except, oh, hang on. This one's turned off and, oh, hang on, no. I see what we need to do. We need to, like, you know, do this with teamwork and whatnot. Right, everybody be ready to hit your thing right there. You hit that thing. You hit... No, Astarion, you were supposed to hit that thing. That thing. And... Okay, it wasn't this thing. Sorry, it was this thing instead. Well, this is definitely a stone slab that the game is flagging to me, but... Okay. We've officially opened the way to the vaults. And, hello, sexy. Welcome to the hidden vault, though. There's a lot of sunlight in here. I feel like we could have just, like, you know, found wherever the sunlight's coming from and climbed in that way, but... It did say my character was, you know, a con artist who wants to steal stuff, so... This feels like a very appropriate thing to do. They've also got, ooh, these, like, secret books or whatnot. No, but they are very useful books because... Harpers. Well known on the Sword Coast. And yes, shrouded doings. Like the sound of some shrouded doings. So yeah, those belonging to this mysterious faction abhor power. But if that is so, why do they not expose the revelation of their inquiries for the public good? Why indeed, because knowledge is power, and the Harpers intend to keep both for themselves. So, yes, this book is a bit on the vague and mysterious side. Now, Shadow Druids. Is that what these guys are? Because you're, like, worshipping the Oak Father or whatnot. Ah, hang on. They're like a splinter group of druids. A dangerous group that utterly disregards intelligent life in favour of plants and insects. Their perversion of the natural order leads them to plan and execute plots so dastardly that the mere description of one would leave you glancing sideways at your begonias. So, right. They don't actually care about, like, animals or people. They're just all about plants and insects. Fascinating. Order of Claude is just, yes, and murderers and whatnot, though that's the first time I've heard that. Dark Justiciars, however... Yeah, Shadowheart mentioned them at the same time as we saw the Harpers on that mural. And right, oh. They worship Shah. So right, Dark Justiciars are like, you know, connected to Shadowheart's religion. That's why she knew them. And apparently they are so horrifying, someone who's writing a book about secret societies doesn't even want to talk about it. In fact, just mentioning that they worship Shah is enough. So... Shadowheart, I may have some follow-up questions about your religion at some point, because a lot of people seem to be acting like you're the bad guy here. Oh, and hello, sexy. 100 gold, and a robe of summer. So resistance to cold damage. Honestly, a bit underwhelming, but then again, yeah, this is like robes. So for people who wear robes as opposed to armour, they may as well have that on, I suppose. Bare minimum. In fact, actually, you know what? That's not bad for me, because as a tiefling, I've got built-in resistance to fire, so if this gives me built-in resistance to cold damage, then, yeah, at that point I've got, like, 2 elements that can't really do much to me, so, oh yeah, we'll be taking that, 100%. Oh, well, I tell you what, I don't hate this, actually. Like, you know, it's basically just a big red and gold dressing gown, together with my new bard hat that gives, yeah, bonus healing when I do bardic inspiration. Oh, I'm willing to give this a go. Like, that's fine, actually. Right, and a couple of things on the altar as well. One note here. The Emerald Enclave wouldn't help it even if I asked. The stand is wounded, and the rot is deep, but it's deep everywhere. I can't wait for help to come, but maybe I need not face the darkness alone. Don't know what that means, but yeah. That's maybe of a note. Could we just, like, yeah, take that, actually? Just in case we need to toss that in someone's face later. On top of that, sorrow and...
Beautiful glaive. So why does touching it give me a knot in my stomach?
Right, possibly I've just stolen a cursed artifact. So, okay, this is a two-handed glaive that's also got bonus reach built in. So you can attack from standing further away. Gotcha. But as a glaive, and that's a bit too advanced for me, I can't really do anything with that. It's 1d10 slashing damage, comes with, yeah, weapon enchantment, so it gains a +1 to, I think, damage and also accuracy. And comes with Sorrowful Lash as a transmutation cantrip. So, yeah, you can grab someone and pull them closer to you. It also comes with, yes, a rush attack and a lacerate, but also a brace. This is new. Sacrifice movement speed, but for the rest of your turn, you roll melee damage twice and use the higher result. So yeah, basically, advantage on damage rolls. I mean, that's pretty good. And yeah, Shadowheart and Lae'zel, they can both use that sort of thing. So I'm going to say give it to Shadowheart, because yeah, I'd rather have Lae'zel keeping a shield up, because her thing is high AC. So yeah, she can keep using her longsword one-handed, but that thing's not versatile, so yeah, it's gotta be two. Oh, and there are some good potions down here, so yeah, take the potions of healing, beautiful. Take, ooh, special poisons as well, including, right, that's a special poison we were just given. So yeah, that's a pretty powerful poison, all things considered. Take the antidote in case I accidentally, like, poison myself or something. And some scrolls too. Some of them we've, yeah, seen before, or don't really need, to be honest. But, yeah, I'll take most of these, why not? It just struck me, by the way, that I'm about to, yes, step out of the Druid's vault, while wearing the outfit they're guarding in the vault, together with travelling with Shadowheart behind me, who's got the weapon they're guarding in the vault, so... Maybe no one but Halsin knows what's in the vault, and when I've, like, you know, officially rescued him, he won't object, because, you know, I've just rescued him. At that point, we'll call it even. Okay, can confirm, no one started attacking me yet, and on the way out, yeah, decided to actually grab the various notes on the altar up here that specifically raised, 1, what the tenets of this society are supposed to be, and 2, that yes, potentially the ritual that's being done outside is, like, dangerous or whatnot. So okay, I think we've learnt a lot about this society right now, meaning I feel like, you know, we're now well set up to chat to Kagha.
Go on. Say it. You think I'm a monster?
I mean, you did kind of just threaten a child with a snake. So, yeah. Like, it's pretty clear other people in her own society think the same thing. So, I'm going to agree and see what she's got to say in response.
Yes, you would say so. I know your kind. You see only villains and victims. A viper bears her fangs defending her brood. I call her mother. You call her monster. No matter. I took back the idol of Sylvanas, and the rite is resumed. We will seal the grove, free from harm, free of intruders.
And okay, the rite must be born of a powerful magic. Yes, let's start off there, because potentially it might be, like, too powerful.
The rite of thorns. It is the Tree Father's gift that none come to harm. When we speak the final prayer, the great vine will sprout forth. The grove will be cloaked in bramble and thorn. No one enters, no one leaves. Sanctuary. None of this can happen while outlanders infect us. Sylvanas demands that we choke them out.
I'm pretty sure that's not the case, like, even ignoring the tenets, which may be more recent. Like, there's definitely signs of collaboration between you and other people on the various murals. Like, yes, when you worked together with the Harpers back in the day, or when you joined together with the Animals way long ago in the first war against the Goblins. So, yeah, I can't challenge her directly right now, but I feel like a lot of people around here disagree with her understanding of, yeah, how this society ought to operate. And yeah, Zevlor did specifically say there's a good chance if you kick out the tieflings, a lot of them will die on the roads.
And mine perish if he stays.
You showed great mettle at the gate.
The metal of a skilled sword for hire.
I want you to provide your services to Zevlor. Offer to guide the Outlanders out of the Grove. I'm sure they'll reward you well.
They're to be gone before final prayer. If they are not, the Viper must strike.
Oh. So if they don't leave, you're planning to, like, kill them? Potentially. And you could probably do it, because, yeah, druids can, like, turn into bears and whatnot, so. Right, we've gone from expulsion to just straight up mass murder here. You need to be dealt with, don't you? Got it. Oh, and this is cute. The kid we rescued, she's now just outside here on the steps. So, hello there, Arabella.
You ever scare me like that again, and I'll feed you to a knoll.
Mom, I'm fine. Stop it.
Our little Hellion told us what happened. Thank you. Don't know what we'd do without her.
And okay. Bare minimum, yes, you seem very happy with what I just did for you. So that's nice, and... okay, any chance I could have, like, some money, or an enchanted ring or something?
I did, but I was robbed. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Marry. All we can offer is our thanks. Arabella?
Thank you for helping me.
And okay, we get ourselves... oh! I did just get something. Hang about. A special locket. So... hang on. Did you just steal that, like, off your own mother and then give it to me as a reward or whatnot? Well, I'm definitely not giving up on my existing necklace, so, yeah. That one that gives the cantrip for dancing light. That can go over to... yes, a Shadowheart. I was about to say because she's, like, you know, religious-y and whatnot, and thus about spreading light. But no, her name's Shadowheart, and she worships Shah, who appears to be, like, the worst god going, so... Astarion! You can have that. I bet you love being in the lights. In fact, hang on, that is true. You're a vampire, aren't you? But if you're a vampire, how are you, like, standing outside in the sunlight? That's weird. We may need to look into that. And right, according to the map, yeah, this door right here, next to the marketplace, which I think I walked past without noticing previously, this is where Zevlor lives. So, okay. Me and you need to have a, chat. Because it sounds like if you don't choose to go, there may possibly be, like, some mass murder if I can't get Halsin back in a hurry.
I heard what happened. Thank you for protecting the child. If the druids are this far gone, then it's not just goblins we have to fear. So we can risk violence here, or face it for certain on the road. Quite the choice, isn't it?
And yes, I think potentially the best option is getting rid of Kagha by bringing back Halsin. Like, that's gotta be the best option. So, yeah, I'm not, you know, suggesting they leave the Grove. We're gonna find a better solution. But is there anything more you could do to delay the ritual?
You saw what they were willing to do to a child just for trying. It's Kagha's influence. Without her twisting things, I believe the druids might see sense.
And right. How potentially might we get rid of her?
A low thought. But I'd be lying if I said I hadn't considered it. But the druids would slaughter us. We'd have to get close to Kagha, within striking distance. I can't manage that. But they've already let you pass once.
So, right. One option may be just to persuade these guys to leave. Option number 2, straight up murder Kagha. Option 3, Yeah, we've got to do something better than that. We need to track down a Halsin. Like, that's gotta be the optimal solution.
It doesn't sit well with me either. But to get these people to safety, there's nothing I won't do. You'd be well rewarded for the risk. But if that won't sway you, there's nothing more to discuss.
So yeah, the options we've got are steal the idol, which the kid tried to do, but got caught doing it, and I feel like, yeah, it's going to be very difficult to get that away from them in a situation where they're literally surrounding it, chanting all day, every day. Halsin is, you know, the obvious good solution, but that might be a long way off. Like, I don't know if I've got time to do that before the ritual's complete. The top option has got to be, surely, yeah, following up on this. The Rite of Thorns are being a dangerous magic. Okay, I'm heading back down to, yeah, the interior sanctuary. I must have missed something down here. I'm just going to chat to everyone again just to make sure I've not missed something related to, yes, this dangerous magic. Ah, you see, like right here. There's a whole bunch of stuff just sitting out here on the altar. Okay, this may or may not be related, but... Shadow Curse. Treat an affected but alive. Malicious component to underlying magic. Resist removal. Attempts to infect caster. Range and severity of curse suggest divine origin. Umbral characteristics in a vicinity to Shah's temple suggest a goddess herself is responsible. So, right. If I see some weird unaffected trees dotted about, we might be getting nearby to Shah's temple. I'm guessing at that point, Shadowheart might get a bit interested. I suspect the solution here may be my older friend Left Alt, because, yes, there's stuff here that I would never have seen in a million years. So, for example, Grove artifacts right here on this here block. And once again, more information about the idol and the Rite of Thorns. So, I think we should definitely be just taking that. Some of this might come together to give us some information. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Kagha's chest, which is... Oh! There's a chest hidden round the back over here. Thank you very much, Left Old Buttock, because I would never have seen that in a million years. So, right, just... Okay, wait for, like, you know, the guy who sometimes comes in here to naff off out of the library. Right, he naffs off, and this is locked, so yeah, just very quickly lockpick that, if you'd be so kind. Plus 8 from the bonuses. That is delightful. Let's just get this done nice and quick. Critical success, spot on. So, okay, we found Kagha's secret chest here, getting me some jewels. Shadow Druid's Doctrine. Now we've heard of you guys before, and our half-torn note. Right, let's just step away from that. But Shadow Druids, they were mentioned down in the vault. They hate, like, all living things, apart from bugs and plants for some reason. Balance is a myth. Where any clan treads, nature struggles. Unity is fiction. Men of mere flesh seek only to tame beast and raise flora. We are the thunder, we are the rain. We shatter mankind and grow new life in its place. So, yeah, this feels like basically the opposite of what the actual tenets of this druid society are supposed to be. If this were to get out, okay, this might be how we topple her. As for the note, meanwhile, okay. Kagha, Swamp Docks, Trey, meet me alone, Oladan. Right, I think we need to speak with this Oladan. But yes, I would say having covered some rather major secrets from down in the Druid's Grove, how about we call it a part there? But next time, right, I think it's time to hit the open roads. The only question being, yes, what do we want to do first? Because we'll want to, yes, a Karlach tracking down. Beyond that time with the Windmill, yeah, there's a lot to be done in the Goblin Camp. The Gith-Yankee Dragons, we're seeing even more in that direction. And that's before we get to, yes, the Swamp and also Auntie Ethel. So, okay, next episode, we're heading into new territory. As for precisely what we're going to be doing first, honestly, I do not know. So join me next time, and we shall flipping see. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerds, and this has been the wonderful Baldur's Gate 3. Thank you very much, and goodbye. So, okay, I've been outwitted by a butterfly and beaten up by a fish.
Stop right there, criminal scum!
I didn't steal anything! I'm sorry, I touched the shoes while I was shoe shopping! Okay, I feel like I may have just, walked in on something. What about this person? Can we talk to this person?